Okay, let's think about something really basic. The morning. That time when you, well, first open your eyes, start moving, get ready for whatever the day holds.
It's universal, isn't it? Everyone does it every single day.
Exactly. And learning how to talk about these simple everyday actions. Oh, it's just so crucial when you're starting out with English. These are the absolute basics.
Absolutely, because these words, these verbs like wake up or eat breakfast, they're the foundation. They build everything else. How do you even start talking about your day without them?
You can't, really. And that's precisely why we're doing this. You're listening to the Daily Dose of English, where we help you improve your English one step at a time.
And today, for this deep dive, we're not tackling, some complicated news article. Nope. We're looking at something much simpler, much more practical, just describing a basic morning routine.
That's right. Our source gives us a pretty clear sequence of actions most people follow. But for today, we're zoning in only on the morning part.
Yeah, just from the very first moment, when you stop sleeping, right up until you might walk out the door.
And I'll kind of walk us through that sequence step by step.
And I'll jump in to highlight the key words, the essential verbs you really need, and give you chances to practice saying them. We want you speaking along with us.
So our mission today, it's pretty straightforward. By the end of this, you should feel, well, a lot more confident using the basic English words to talk about your morning. We get some speaking practice into.
Sounds like a plan. Let's dive in.
Okay, the very, very beginning. What's the absolute first step? Stopping the sleep.
Right, that first flicker of consciousness. And the English verb for this is wake up.
Wake up. Okay, let's get that sound right. Can you say it a few times?
Sure. Wake up. Wake up.
So it just means you finish sleeping, your eyes open, your brain switches back on, you're awake.
Exactly. And our source material mentions, for example, one person says they wake up around 7:08 a.m. Another says, well, sometimes they wake up a bit earlier, maybe 6:30.
Okay, let's use those example people we talked about, John and Maria. So John wakes up at 6 more.
Right, and Maria, she wakes up later at 8. See how it changes. He wakes up, she wakes up.
But I wake up or you wake up.
Perfect. I wake up at 7, you wake up at 8.
Got it. Simple, but essential. Okay, listener, now it's your turn. Listen and repeat this phrase. Wake up, 5-second pause. Great. First step down.
Okay, so you've woken up, you're not sleeping anymore. What's the next, physical action?
Getting out of the bed.
Exactly. And the common phrase we use is get out of bed.
Let's hear that one clearly.
Get out of bed, get out of bed, get out of bed.
And this just means, moving your body from lying down in the bed to standing up or maybe sitting on the edge. It's that next step after you wake up.
Right. So John wakes up, then he gets out of bed. Maria wakes up, then she gets out of bed. It follows naturally.
Okay, your turn again. Repeat after us. Get out of bed. 5-second pause. Good job. You're doing great.
All right. Awake. Check. Out of bed. Check. Where do people often go next? Usually somewhere with water involved.
Yeah, you usually need to take care of some personal things. So the bathroom.
That's it. The phrase is go to the bathroom.
Okay, let's practice that.
Go to the bathroom. Go to the
right.
bathroom. Go to the bathroom.
Simple enough, right? You walk to that room, and once you're in there, what happens? Maybe cleaning your teeth.
Very common. The action is brush my teeth.
Say it with us.
Brush my teeth. Brush my teeth. Brush my teeth.
Using a toothbrush, toothpaste.
Yeah.
The drill. Makes your mouth feel fresh. What else? Maybe washing your face?
Yep. Another standard one. Wash my face. Usually just with water, maybe some soap. Let's do that one.
Wash my face. Wash
Yes.
my face. Okay, so let's string those together. After you get out of bed, maybe you go to the bathroom. And in the bathroom, you might brush your teeth and wash your face. Seems like a pretty normal sequence.
Exactly. So let's practice those 3 quickly. Repeat each one after me. First, go to the bathroom. 5-second pause. Good. Next, brush my teeth. 5-second pause.
Yeah.
And finally, wash my face. 5-second pause. Excellent. You're really getting these morning steps.
Okay, so fresh and clean from the bathroom. What's often next? Maybe feeling a bit peckish or thirsty.
Ah, yes, fuel for the day. So people usually head to the place where the food is kept and made. They go to the kitchen.
Let's get that phrase down.
Go to the kitchen. Go to the kitchen.
Go to the kitchen.
Right, the room with the fridge, the stove, all that. And once you're in the kitchen, what's the first thing you might do related to food?
Well, you probably need to prepare it first. So the action is make breakfast.
Okay, practice time for that one.
Make breakfast. Make breakfast. Make breakfast.
And obviously, after you make breakfast, the next logical step is...
to eat it. The phrase is have breakfast.
Let's say that together.
Have breakfast. Have breakfast.
Yeah.
Have breakfast.
And our source mentioned some typical breakfast things, right? Like coffee and toast. Yeah, or maybe fruit, like a banana or an apple. Could be tea and cereal, too. Lots of options for what you make and have for breakfast.
So putting it in order again.
Yeah.
After the bathroom, maybe you go to the kitchen, then you make breakfast, and then you have breakfast.
Let's think about John and Maria. Maybe John goes to the kitchen, makes breakfast, say, cereal, and then he has breakfast.
And Maria.
Maybe Maria goes to the kitchen, makes breakfast, toast, and coffee, perhaps, and then she has breakfast.
Got it. Okay, listeners, let's practice these kitchen words. Repeat after me.
Right.
Go to the kitchen. 5-second pause. Good. Now, make breakfast. 5-second pause. And finally, have breakfast. 5-second pause. Very good. That whole morning is starting to take shape.
It is. So, let's see. Woken up, out of bed, bathroom, kitchen, breakfast.
Oh.
What's missing before you? Like face the world or start working? Clothes.
Ah, right. You need to put on clothes for the day. The phrase is get dressed.
Let's say it. Get dressed, get dressed, get dressed.
It just means you put on your clothes.
Yes.
Simple as that. Our source even mentions, choosing your clothes as part of getting dressed.
Right. So maybe after having breakfast, or sometimes people do it before they get dressed. The order can vary a bit here, person to person.
True. Okay, let's practice this really common phrase. Say it with me. Get dressed. 5-second pause. Well done. Almost ready.
Almost. Now, thinking about leaving the house, which not everyone does every morning anymore, but if you are going out, there are usually a couple more steps, things you put on right before you leave.
Like stuff for your feet.
Exactly. You need to put on my shoes.
Okay, let's practice that one.
Put on my shoes,
Yeah.
Put on my shoes, put on my shoes.
And if it's cold outside, or maybe raining, you'd put something else on too.
Yeah, you might need to put on my coat. Or you could say, put on my jacket. Same idea.
Let's practice the coat version.
Put on my coat, put on my coat, put on my coat.
So put on my shoes, put on my coat. These are like the final getting ready steps before you actually walk out the door.
Mm-hmm. If John and Maria are heading out, they'd put on their shoes and maybe, depending on the weather, they'd put on their coat.
2 more important ones to practice then. Repeat after me. Put on my shoes. 5-second pause. Great. And now, put on my coat. 5-second pause. You're doing really well. We're right at the end of this morning sequence now.
We are. Just one final action for our morning focus today. The actual act of walking out of your home.
Right. The phrase is leave the house.
Say it with us. Leave the house. Leave the house. Leave the house.
This just means you go outside, you exit your home. And our source mentioned where people might go, right?
Okay.
Like to work.
Yeah, people might go to work, maybe go to an office. But it also made a really good point that nowadays, lots of people work from home.
So they don't leave the house for work.
Exactly. So that final step might not happen for everyone. John, maybe he leaves the house to go to work. But Maria, maybe she leaves the house too. Or maybe she works from home so she doesn't leave the house.
Makes sense. Okay, our very last phrase for today's practice. Repeat this one.
Yeah.
Leave the house. 5-second pause. Fantastic. You've made it through the whole morning routine step by step in English.
Wow, that was a lot of really useful everyday stuff. Should we quickly run through those key verbs again, just the morning ones?
Good idea. In order, we had
Yeah.
wake up,
Get out of bed.
maybe go to the bathroom,
Where you might brush your teeth and wash your face.
and maybe go to the kitchen.
To make breakfast and then have breakfast.
After that, you get dressed.
And if you're going out, put on your shoes.
Yeah, maybe put on your coat.
And finally, you leave the house.
That's basically a whole story of the morning. Using just those words, it's amazing how useful they are.
Absolutely. And now, the really important part, practice time.
Yes. Your turn to actually use these words. We'll start a sentence, and you finish it out loud. Think about your morning. What do you actually do? Don't be shy now. Really try to say it.
Okay, ready? First one. Think about when your day begins. Say, I wake up at 10-second silence for listener to say the time.
Excellent. Hope you said your time out loud. Okay, next step. After you wake up, what's next for you? Say, then I. 10-second silence for listener to say the next action, e.g., get out of bed.
A nice one. Keep going. Think about the kitchen now. What happens there in your morning, say? In the kitchen, I. 10-second silence for listener to say what they do, for example, make breakfast or have breakfast.
Fantastic work. You're really using vocabulary. Okay, last one for this practice. Thinking about the very end before you might go out. Say, before I leave the house, I 10-second silence for listener to say what they do. Example, put on my shoes or brush my teeth.
Great job practicing. I know it can feel a bit strange talking when no one's physically there, but honestly, saying the words out loud is so helpful for remembering them and just getting comfortable. Keep doing that.
Absolutely. Don't worry if it wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
Just trying is the most important thing, especially when you're learning.
So, to wrap up what we did today, we took a deep dive into, well, a really simple but super useful topic, the morning routine. We really focused on those key verbs you need, from wake up all the way to maybe leave the house.
And the great thing is, because these things happen every single day, you get constant chances to practice. Practice really is everything for beginners. Try saying your routine out loud later today. Or, like our source suggested, maybe write it down. That can help too.
Yeah, definitely. And hey, we would genuinely love to hear from you about this. We want to know about your morning. Use the words we practiced today. Tell us about your routine in the comments section below this deep dive. What time do you wake up? What's the first thing you do after you get out of bed?
Tell us a step or two. And hey, the best comment describing their morning routine using these words gets a special shout out next week on the show.
Yeah, we'd love to see what you come up with.
And of course, if you found this episode helpful, and we really hope it was, please don't forget to subscribe to the Daily Dose of English. That way you won't miss out on future deep dives.
And please, if you know anyone else learning English, maybe share this episode with them. A friend, family member. It really helps us reach more people who might find this useful.
Just remember, learning English, much like getting through your morning, it happens one step at a time. Be patient with yourself.
That's so true. And every morning is a brand new chance to practice a little bit of English.
Exactly. So until next time, keep practicing those morning routines in English.
Bye for now.